Yay! All right, we're live, and that is uh, that is awesome.
I swear to God, you guys, he had a camera on when I got here. He's fucking naked. He wasn't kidding at all. I didn't know what to do.
Well,
I didn't know what to
I,
do.
I've been very honest.
Yeah?
I've been very honest.
He's not kidding. He's fucking nude.
I've always just been me though. That's the
Right.
thing. It's not a bit. That's why it's like a lot of people think this is a bit. Like
No.
when we do the show and stuff, and they think it's like a bit. You
No.
know, it's like no, I'm not. I'm not sitting here trying to come up with like Howard Stern material and shit so I can come on. It's
No.
like no, that's not what this is. You know, so I was like, this only works if I am me, and I am the best me that I can be.
You're very good at it.
I'd like to think so.
I have
Right.
an important statement before we begin.
Okay. Let's
Uh,
have the statement.
Ed Sheeran is an ugly, scrawny, redheaded ginger cunt, and I want him to be dead.
Oh wow.
And I want his works to be erased from history. Like, I never want to hear his fucking miserable, puling little voice ever again as long as I fucking live. I don't want the next generation to have to hear him. I
Now,
want, like, the library at Alexandria. I want a burning.
oh
I'll
wow.
cleanse it in fire.
That
Holy
is
fire. Okay, carry on.
that is not good because I would say
You
you
would
know that
save Ed Sheeran from me?
no I'm saying you're throwing shade because when I was waiting for you to come in, I was listening to Ed Sheeran
That ugly cunt.
in the nude,
What's wrong
which
with
is
you?
so it's that's weird
Little
that I was
gay.
listening to Ed Sheeran in the nude.
Yeah.
But yes, you were yeah, that's what it was.
Little
So
critical.
I have always invited you to be nude with me, and you have always refused.
If I could leave the room while I have to change my clothes, I would love that.
Oh
Like,
wow.
if
Yeah.
I could leave,
Mm.
I would like that.
That's I just was like I was just like be free with me, Anna. Just enjoy,
I
you
am not
know.
free, sir. Never be free.
Honestly. Yeah, I used to drive my ex crazy though, because she knew that I was she's like I told you I'm naked all the time, and
Oh
like
my
and
god.
so she would like text me and stuff. She was like, "Hey, I'm out I'm out shopping with my mom, and she wants to come over. Throw on some clothes."
Oh my
and
god.
so and I was like, she said, "Hey, we'll be there in about 40 minutes. Make sure you have clothes on because my mom's coming." And I go, "Yes, dear." And
Would you be nude?
I would be nude until she texts me, yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Because I was nude when she knows I walk around the house naked.
Just
Those
straight up dick and balls naked.
she thought it was funny though. I don't know. I think as I look back on the relationship now, I was
Starting to
like,
see some little
yeah,
faults.
yeah. I was like, but no, she thought it was funny though, because she would just be like, she's like, I just think it's hilarious that you're
It
just
is
walking
funny.
around naked. And then she would come up behind me and slap my ass all the time. She liked doing it. She liked slapping my ass and stuff.
I'm a fan of that as well.
And I don't know. It was weird. I was like, she just. I don't know. Sometimes I felt like I was being objectified,
Well,
so it was strange.
yes.
And so I was like, yeah, but I'd be like, oh, I want something to drink, and I'd go to the sink and get me a cup or something, rinse it off, and all of a sudden she'd come up behind me and slap my ass and stuff, and
That's
I'd
the
be
right
like,
thing.
I was like, that's odd, and she's like, what? I just want to touch you, and I was like, it would be hilarious, and then, but yeah, we'd be, you know, she'd
Do you
want some
sleep
company.
totally naked as well?
Yeah, yeah, I don't sleep with clothes on.
Wow. Wow.
That just seems weird to me to sleep with clothes. How's
Of
that?
fucking course you sleep with clothes. What if the police showed up? What are you gonna do?
Be sitting there with my cock and balls out
No.
there in the open.
I can't do it. My house was raided as a kid.
Oh
I
wow.
fucking stay dressed. I stay dressed. I keep my house clean and ready for the police
Mm.
at all times. I don't know what to say to you.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm not running a drug house,
So
so
what?
that's
It doesn't matter. They can come in for strange reasons. Just be ready. What if something strange happens? You got no clue. What if there's a fucking fire? What are you thinking?
well. I keep pullover close by. Like if somebody knocks on the door, I have uh, I have a pair of shorts and a t-shirt that I can just pull on real quick.
Some
It just
ratty
takes.
old bathrobe that you're going to be outside in.
Mm, I'm like, oh my god.
I don't
But
like
I'm
it.
but I mean, this is what it is, and I feel like, especially someone like yourself, I feel like we should be allowed to be naked together. This
Really?
is yes. You wouldn't be naked with me?
I'm not naked anywhere. I'm not naked with me.
I was like, oh, I can just see you in the mirror after you get out of the shower. It's like, I don't think I know you that well.
I swear to fucking God right now, I have a dress on. It is floor to ceiling. It's from the neck. It hides my feet. I would do really well in like Saudi Arabia.
It's like
Long
Anna.
long sleeves. Everything is fucking covered except my fingertips
It's
and my face.
like Anna dresses like the Amish, and
Yes.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that's like jibba. Yeah, yeah, that's hilarious. That's
And you're completely nude and I'm the
yeah.
never nude like Tobias.
Oh yeah.
It's not a good
It's
match.
and yet here we are.
Right?
This is what it is. It's just I dreamed for so long that one day we would go to like Vegas and have a shotgun wedding or something. And
Oh,
just like,
you know how hot it is out there? I could be miserable.
I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm wanting to go on vacation. A buddy called me and he was like, "Hey man, let's just take a vacation." And you know, I need a break. I've been sitting here working. Trying to get these books and do all this. It's like it'd be nice to actually relax.
Yeah?
So it would be, but at the same point in time, but I figure even if I do go on vacation, because I know he's talking about like wanting to go to Chicago and shit. So like even if I go, I'm taking the laptop and there'll be some work, So I'll probably be in the hotel all the time, sitting there fucking typing and
Yeah,
make
you can do
sure.
that at home. You can be miserable at home for free.
Mm, 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 mm. I don't know. Just want to make sure, I gotta I got work to do.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of more work that has to be done besides just getting art and getting it colored and doing all that. There's just so much stuff that we have to do as we're putting these books together. So
I
it's
saw that
just
last page. It's beautiful. I love it.
yes,
I love it.
yes. Kanan. Uh, it is crazy. I don't I don't know. I love Kanan, but me and him, like I talked to him last night, and it's just I don't know. Sometimes and I've said this before. Sometimes I feel like I'm too hard on him, but
Are you
you know,
cracking the whip all the time?
I
Hurry up,
don't,
hurry
I
up.
don't, I honestly don't mean to, but there's realities here, and we want to launch the next book, and then I want to get this book launched and get it on the way. So we need to finish this one, and then I need to launch the next one because there's a lot of stuff that has to go on with the next book. So this and talking to these artists and getting my cover artists all lined up and just setting everything up. So
There is
that
nothing worse than rushed art. It's
no,
the
and that's the
worst.
thing, and I'm sitting here going, you know, Kanan was like, I do wish I was faster, but every page he turns in, it looks great. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's like it's it's hard for me to, you know, tell him not to, because he was like, a lot of people, these people spend a lot of money back in this book. And I was like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I want to be done, and I want to be on to the next book. I want to launch Way of the Gun. I want to get this book shipped out. I want everybody to read it. And then I want to launch Way of the Gun, because we've got, all the, I've got a couple of variants lined up already. A couple I can't say on the air, but I can say that, I know like Elliot Fernandez, dear friend of mine, he's doing a variant cover for me. And then I've got Matthew Weldon. Matthew Weldon's doing a variant cover. And then we'll have Kanan, and I'll have two more artists. So there'll be 5 different covers for Brand Way of the Gun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there'll be 5 different covers. And because I was talking to Kanan about, did he want to do sketch covers and all this kind of stuff, and he doesn't want to do. We did sketch covers. We sold like 50 something sketch covers, I think, and so he's like, yeah, I got to draw all those damn sketch covers and all that. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's we think, we think about a lot of this shit when we're putting all this together, but Kanan admits that I'm more business minded than he is.
Well, he's got
And
a bazillion, like, he's got a big family, right?
yeah, he's got a wife and 4 kids.
Oh my God.
He's
Fucking
a breeder. What are you gonna do?
nightmare.
Yeah.
And then he probably thinks my life is a nightmare too, and he would be right. So I can't really talk on him.
You've got a lot of trash pandas.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, it's hilarious. And none of them talk and build like advanced weaponry like Rocket in the movies. That would be cool.
no, they don't get to that point yet.
So let me ask you, since you are a raccoon fan, like when you saw like Guardians of the Galaxy or any of that shit, did you like get excited when you saw Rocket, or what happened?
I was filled with fear and dread because I knew that a million people were going to see that and they were going to want raccoon pets. And
Ah,
9 months after, I would be deluged with unwanted cones. And sure enough, it's happening. It's happening all over the place. So it's a fucking nightmare,
that's
honestly.
funny. That's funny that you said that, because I saw one of the actors from Game of Thrones, the guy that plays Braun, and he's been doing like public service announcements. He's working with a couple of groups, because he said so many people, because the Starks had these dire wolves,
Oh
all these idiots are like, hey, I want like a Siberian husky, and so they're going out and
no!
everybody's like overbreeding and doing all of it. It just it
And
ended
you
up
don't know
making,
how hard they are.
yeah.
They're so fucking hard. You know,
uh,
they're
I
not as
used to
hard as raccoons, but they're damn hard.
Yeah, but I used to think I wanted, because I think huskies are like beautiful dogs, and
Oh,
I was
they're
like,
gorgeous.
if I had a dog, I'd like a husky. But just the research, I don't know if that's the type of dog I would need to have. So everybody's been grabbing these huskies, and people that breed,
Ugh,
so, like it's cash grab. So
right.
um,
Do you like husky or Malamute better?
I would say husky, but I've seen Malamutes, and I think they're I don't know what the temperament is. Well, I'm assuming
Shitty,
they're very oh yeah, that's good. There you go. So
stubborn.
do you have a dog too? I know you.
I have that little dog that was dumped here, little Brandy. I don't know what she is. She's not. I don't think purse dogs really count. Do you?
Mm, I
Is that
don't
really
know.
a dog? You know?
I don't know. I'd have to ask Paris Hilton. She used to annoy me. Like I used to see those pictures of her. She had like a little chihuahua that she would carry
Yeah.
around. It was like
It's a
I was,
purse dog. It's a
I was,
decoration.
I was like, you little cunt. That shit was horrible. And so, yeah, I just, yeah, that's not working for me. So,
No, no.
so, but,
By the way, Braun is perhaps one of the one of the most fuckable people in the cast of Game of Thrones, and I want to know why, because he's a greasy little scumbag, and I don't have any answers for.
Wait a minute, the character or the actor? Because I've seen the actor when he's not all made. He just looks like a normal English
Oh,
guy to
does
me.
he? I've never
Yeah.
seen the normal guy,
Okay. Yeah. He's meant. They make him look all grimy and shit when
and yet he speaks to that. So I don't have any answers.
that's kind of funny because
The only
I
one that's more fuckable than him is the Hound.
well you okay wait a minute. The Hound is
With
fuckable.
highly, highly, highly fuckable. With
Oh
the
wow.
scars, like not the actor, but the Hound.
Because I was gonna say the
His
actor
awful
that
attitude.
plays the Hound, I've seen him, when he doesn't have his makeup on, and not to mention he was in a couple of those like British gangster movies because he's a big tall dude. So I saw there was some picture of him and he had his hair like shaved bald and stuff, and he was playing like a thug for some gangster or something.
Well, he's got that face.
Yeah. I was like, I figure he gets typecast a lot.
You like Guy Ritchie movies, right?
Oh fuck yeah. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch. Yeah, all that shit. Yeah, I fuck with Guy
Vinny.
Ritchie.
What's his name? Vinny Jones?
Yes.
Super crazy fuckable.
Oh,
Like,
you're into Vinny Jones?
super into Vinny Jones.
Oh, fuck that. Oh, no. It's something about Vinny. Although I
He's
like Vinny.
incorrigible, too.
Yeah. Oh, it was like I loved him in Snatch. He played what was it, Bullet
Oh,
Tooth Tony? Yeah, he
yes.
played Bullet Tooth Tony, and I was like, yeah,
It was
fucking great.
perfect in every way.
He don't do it for me, dear, but
I would
I'll take
assume
your word.
that you probably did not, though I don't know. I mean, you are listening to Ed Sheeran.
I listen to Ed Sheeran because he is a talented musician and I enjoy him.
There's a word for people who listen to Ed Sheeran.
Mm.
I don't think you want me to say it.
Ugh. I was just like, but no, but the guy that plays Braun, it was funny that you mentioned him because, he used to fuck Lena Headey. Uh,
Really?
yeah, him and Lena Headey, or Headey, or whatever the fucking name is, chick that played Cersei.
Cersei.
Yeah. They were in a relationship together.
I'm not surprised.
And they were fucking each other, and then they broke up. And apparently it was an ugly breakup. It was an ugly breakup, and they said that the producers kind of structured it where they would not have to be in scenes. You know what I'm saying? It was like
Right?
they made sure that they minimized the amount of time that they were on set together. And if you noticed in this last season, there was, where Cersei sent Bronn to kill Jaime and Tyrion.
Yeah.
She sent Qyburn to talk to
Tell him.
Bronn. Yeah. So instead of in the past they would have set that scene up where it would have been like the Mountain walking with her and stuff. She would have had the Queen's Guard with her, and she would have like, take this and go kill my brothers, blah blah blah.
Right.
Instead, she sends Qyburn, and I kind of thought that was funny. I was like,
Trying to keep the goblets from flying.
yeah, but that's something that came out in the tabloids because they used to have pictures. They used to be on social media, hugged up and kissing on each other and stuff. They used to fuck each other.
How sad.
And I did not know that. I did not know. But the guy that plays Bronn, I think what was it, season 5 or wherever, when they went to Dorne, and he was actually singing. He sang songs and stuff. He used to be a singer. There's videos of him on YouTube. He used to be like a pop singer or whatever. Like singing like more traditional type, I guess more like a Frank Sinatra ballad type stuff, not pop music. Yeah, I have to find that stuff.
I never would have guessed that. Yeah, I want to see that.
That's crazy. It's funny because he's got like red hair and stuff, but yeah, they make him.
No, I'm not listening to you.
He's got. Well, I mean, they like
He
dye
does
his
not have
hair.
red hair. You're a liar,
Okay.
and I'm not listening.
Oh, you're
What
gonna
a
be
disgusting thing
disappointed
to
when
say.
I send
I'm
you
not
this
opening
video.
any links. I'm gonna treat those links like radioactive waste.
Oh,
I am keeping and preserving my image of him as beautiful and not a fucking filthy ginger.
oh man, yeah, but they make him look all dark and greasy and
Yeah,
stuff on the
yeah,
show. Yeah,
yeah.
so
And
that's
then
but
so this
yeah.
other guy, fuck him. We don't
Oh
talk about
no,
him.
but
Only
that's
Braun.
that's gonna be hilarious. But then Lena Headley or Hetty, what the fuck is Hetty, Lena
I think
Headey.
so. I'm not sure.
Um, she was with some guy because she used to be on. She was on the Terminator show that was on Fox for like 2 seasons, I think, or whatever. She played Linda Hamilton's part. She was,
Really?
Sarah Connor or whatever the fuck. You did not see. That's where I first saw Lena. That's where I first saw her. She was
I had
on,
never seen her at all.
and
Um,
she was friends with the actor that plays Tyrion, and because he had already been cast as Tyrion on the show, and he suggested her for the part because they were reading some other people, and he was like, "Hey, Lena," I think they had done because he actually what was the there was a movie he did Peter Dinklage. He did the both versions, the English version and the American version with Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence, where he played the gay dwarf. The guy's father
at
had
the
died.
funeral?
Yeah.
Fuck me. That was the best movie.
Yeah. But he played the same part in both in the American and the British version.
Oh, I
And
never saw the American one.
yeah. So I saw the British version, and then so when you see the American version with Chris, and I love Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence, but it was just like, okay. But I don't know. I like British movies. I was like, I just enjoy that type of humor, and
Me
I
too.
I love listening to the accents and everything. 'Cause I used to watch like Benny Hill and shit.
Faulty
So
Towers.
Basil Fawlty.
That
They're
is my
shitting on
shit.
him. I saw they were trying to get on John Cleese the other day
Oh,
on Twitter
I saw it.
because
Throw up.
oh my god, I was just like, I love this culture that we're in now, where if someone says something that you disagree with, you have to get them the fuck out of here.
Right.
It's
Immediately.
Yeah, you can't just respect the fact that they have a difference of opinion of
You're
you.
canceled.
Oh my god, they have to get you the fuck out the paint, man, and that's what it is.
Yep.
It was like they have to get you the fuck up out of there, and I was like, I saw so many people, like press people and stuff. They was just throwing shade at John Cleese. I was
Ugh.
like, wow.
By the way, you're not the press if you're insulting the person that you're writing about.
Mm.
You're paparazzi.
I think. Well, here's the thing, though. I feel like we got a lot of bloggers that
Yes,
have blown the fuck up as bloggers, and they get press credentials.
that's a problem.
So that's what it is. Yeah, they end up. They was like, like take a site like Ain't It Cool News or Bleeding Cool or any of that kind of shit that's on
Right.
now that gets views. It's like those guys are bloggers.
That's all.
A lot of those guys didn't go to college for journalism and shit like that. Cause hell, I used to blog all the time. I used to, and I used to,
What
it
did you
is
write
just,
about?
I wrote about like pop culture and politics. That's the type of shit I wrote
Did you
about.
get paid? Were you doing it for a company or were you doing it just for yourself?
No, I was just doing it. I was just doing it to build. Well, I had a blog hosting website, so I needed
Oh,
content,
right.
and me blogging would bring people to the site, and then they would sign up for a blog, and then you know as the site started growing though, because it got to a point, man, I started getting, I look and I was like, man, I got like 50 new signups today, 100 new signups, it's like
Nice.
that kind of shit. And at one point I had like 14,000 people signed up. It was crazy. I had a lot of people in China. It was strange to me that Chinese people were coming to my site and signing up and shit, and I was like, that's interesting. And then you have a lot of spammers. They were promoting like gambling and stuff like that, and that became a problem. I start trying to, I had a script where you could like kind of block certain words out and shit. But it was strange to me because once I got to a certain level, Google, I had the AdSense up, so I had Google
Right.
Ads, and at that point you have to be very careful about what you allow. Because when I didn't have ads on the site, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, they can put porn up, they can put gambling, whatever. Because I got to be honest, having porn links and having like gambling links, that brings traffic to the site. It
Right.
really does.
Of
Because
course.
people search. That's two of the most popular things that people search for online is porn and gambling. They look for sport. Like sports betting is heavily. That's one of the biggest things right there. So like sports betting, porn. So as long as I was like, fuck it, they can spam the hell out of it and put up porn links and gambling links. I don't give a shit. And then all of a sudden I got Google Ads and I had to go in there and start getting those folks the fuck up out of there.
Ugh.
And it was so many of them. I delete them. You mess around and knock out 300 or 400 accounts, and
They're
then
coming right back.
yeah, they were like fucking baby kids or something. They don't die, they multiply or some shit. It was that kind of shit.
Oh God.
It was horrible. It was and to the point where I was thinking I needed, because I was making with the Google ads, I was doing about 700, 800 a month sometimes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
My
it
God.
was until I got my account suspended
Because of these people.
because of these people. Yeah, and I was like, fuck. They give you a warning the first time, and then after that, they start going, hey, man. I
Well,
was
it's going
like,
to become a job that's worth more than $700 a month to try and keep it cleaned up to their standard. So
yeah, it was, yeah, trust me, because I wasn't getting much sleep because I'd go
fuck
in, I'd
that.
check, and some guy that I had the script that I had, it had some kind of weird fucking exploit in it, and the guy had figured out he had some kind of auto robot thing where he could sign up for like 100 and something accounts. And so this guy, I go to sleep, and this guy had signed up for like 500-600 accounts.
Holy
Now,
shit.
no, yeah, I mean it was all you could see because we even had like email verification and the whole deal. But he had the whole thing automated. He'd sign up for like 500-600 accounts all at once, and you could go down when you were looking through the emails and stuff. You could all tell it was the same guy. It would just be like XY123, XY124, and they'd all be like AOL accounts and shit like that. Uh-oh. The cat, is that the coon? Is that the
No,
coon?
that's Anna Lynn.
Oh,
Stubby.
okay, because I was like, I know you have a sanctuary. I was like, oh shit.
I have a
Um,
little baby who might wake up and start bitching, but I don't think she will. I think we're good now.
I was like,
But my cat is loud.
I've often suspected that your cat is loud.
How dare you? She's Siamese. So they're talkative. My pretty girl.
Is she finicky? Does she think she's human?
I think that she thinks we're all cats. I don't think that she would deign to, come down to the inferior species. But
Oh, no.
she's 11 or 12 now. She's in the midst of fighting cancer for the second time. So
It's always strange to me when I hear that pets get diseases that you would only think that humans have. Like,
she's not a pet.
oh Lord, here we go.
She is a feline American.
You don't put clothes on her and do
I
all
would
that
never
weirdo shit.
humiliate her in any way. No, but she is my companion and my friend, and
Ah.
So no, I would never humiliate my animals or force them to do dumb tricks or anything like that.
No, my ex Dawn, she had a Boston Terrier, and
There's
named
some dogs that like to get dressed up.
no, she would put the fucking sweater on her and put like during Christmas. She had a thing that she had all her Christmas stuff like packed in a box, and she was like, "Okay, it's Christmas time," and she would put the little Christmas elf sweater on her and put fucking elf ears and shit. and she'd be like, "Oh, she's so cute." She
Was
would
the
take
dog
the
all woeful? Like, oh, fucking Christ.
yeah, yeah. You can look on the dog's
Oh,
face and just be like,
that's
the
terrible.
dog just looked like, "Why the fuck do you
God
got this
damn this.
bullshit on me?" I was just like, "Why are you putting this bullshit on me? This
I
is
take my
fucking crazy."
kids to Santa to sit on their laps for photos at Christmas. That's as far as I go.
So wait a minute.
And
Do
that's
you
it.
take the raccoons to Santa?
hmm Every year. They sit on Santa's lap and they get their picture taken. And Santa knows them and
I'm about to
is
say,
prepared every year.
I'd be like, if I'm a fucking like mall Santa and
You're
you
gonna
come in here
shit
with like,
yourself.
yeah, I'd be like, why the fuck is she coming in here with these fucking country critters?
Country critters.
That
You're a
is,
speciesist. You knew that.
oh my god, you know,
I'm
I
half
cannot.
trolling you, by the way.
This, I'm sitting there going, my god, this is It's like, what kind of mad woman have I fallen for?
It's not good,
That
bro.
is, yeah, that this is not. That doesn't work for me.
Now,
And
it barely works for me, but
mm,
here
mm.
we are.
So I've always wanted to know, do
Oh
you
God.
vibrator? Yes or no?
Of course, I'm female. We all do that.
Okay, but do you have more than one, or is there a preference?
You're gonna laugh.
Oh,
Um, Judah chronically goes into the drawer and eats them,
oh
so
wow.
I have to replace them like with frequency, and I'm always looking for a new one because of that.
Oh, do you have a do you have the preference on what kind that you like?
I like the little eggs, the little bullets
The bullet, yeah, okay,
that are
yeah, yeah,
little. But I also tried the rabbit. Not gonna lie, that thing's a fucking monster.
yeah. Mm,
It's a monster. So, but it's kind of like you don't always want to get all invasive and serious, and have a big ordeal. You're just
mm.
looking to have like a 45-second wank. So the bullet is better for that.
And I'm assuming you're groomed.
Of course, I'm groomed. I'm not an animal.
Oh,
I mean, I
because
am, but
I just
are you
yeah,
groomed?
no. It's no, I'm not.
No? You got a big wild Vietnamese jungle going on down there?
Yeah, I tried to shave. I remember what was I like? I was
Oh,
like
for shame.
22, and I tried to shave. It was horrible.
What did you
So,
do wrong?
it was just when it started growing back. It just didn't. Yeah, I didn't care for that. It was just what was it?
The
Uh,
Hitachi is too powerful and too violent. I can't
uh,
handle it.
yeah.
It's like, oh my god,
Mm,
that's like equipment from the hardware store.
no. When I no, I used to have to pack those sex toys all the time. It's just a lot of those wands. So
They are so powerful.
that would be I always wonder about because those like the Hitachis, those are like the only ones that I see like in open display at Wally World and shit.
It sounds like a fucking plane landing.
But I've been in line with people at Walmart and someone has been buying the quote unquote massage wand. And I just bust out laughing because I was just
Right.
like, yeah, I know what the fuck
Yeah,
that is. Quit
you're right.
playing. So um
I want you to go and get a Brazilian.
oh no.
Yeah. And that would be like, and you know what? If you could stream it or record it,
You know my you see
that
that's
would
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
Christmas gift for me that would
See
make me happier than almost anything else.
see you trying to make this the Howard Stern show like
Not at all,
what
but you
was
need to be clean. It was Richard, but you are a disaster down there. You're
mm,
not good at fixing it yourself. This is an
my God.
incredible, this would be a great answer. I could
Oh,
actually do it for you, but I'm a little bit far away, so you got to get someone else to do
I keep telling you, just say the word. I'll send you the ticket, but
it.
you won't fly,
I don't fly.
and that's the thing. You could drive, you could come.
Yeah, maybe when I don't have an infant here, talk to me about it again.
Mm. And I was just like, no, this is what it is, man.
Get rid
It's,
of that mess down there. You can't expect anybody to put in any work down there when you have a mess.
I don't, I'm just, hey, this is what it is. And, um,
No.
it's always been, because, the young Christian lady that I was messing with a few months ago, I was, she was really sexually reserved, and I was getting ready to start, introducing her to the cock in her mouth. I was
Oh,
getting ready. Well, I mean,
with your
everybody,
big disaster down there. God.
you can't, because I told her, because she was like, she was kind of telling me, different experiences she had had, and very prudish, and I was like, okay, so we gotta introduce you to things slow. I was like, it's just because that's why I was actually explaining to her. I was like, yeah, you're too reserved. I can't just, you're not somebody that's just been out in the game and just been doing stuff. She had kind of barely messed around with guys, and like, let guys touch her and do all this, and she just really wasn't very sexually active. And so I was like, oh, okay, so getting her to suck a dick is not going to be easy.
Yuck.
So, hey, I like it. I'm just saying, I like that shit. And I'm like, yeah, I want some head. So
Then you have to do your job, sir. Are you at least circumcised for the love of God?
yeah, but I didn't have
Oh,
a
thank
choice. I
goodness.
mean, but if like my mom said, she was like, I felt like, when they asked that you should look like your father,
Yeah.
and that's the way that was. So it was weird because, like, me and my brother were circumcised, but then my cousin David, when we were kids, we were all kids in Alabama, and I remember we would be all out in the woods, and we like run around in the woods, and then we like all have to pee, and my cousin wasn't circumcised,
Oh.
and it was not. I just, oh my god,
That's how
it
I feel when I see them.
it's it just oh my goodness.
I'm not yeah, I try it's not fair either. I'm being horrible to feel that way, but it looks bestial and I get really skeeved. Like skeeved.
It was weird. I watched a porn. I watch a lot of porn, and
Do you still watch a lot of porn?
oh yeah, I watch a lot of porn. My Twitter line. That's why I was like, I always get weirded out when people go. I had somebody and they went through my follows. They were like checking who I followed and shit. And I was
Stalker?
like,
You got a
and I was like,
stalker?
yeah, I had to block that person. I was like, you're being a
Fuck
fucking
off.
weirdo, dude.
Seriously.
They was like, you follow a lot of porn people. I was
Fuck
like,
you.
and I was like, I also host a podcast called Sexy Party, so I'm being completely upfront about who I am. So yeah,
Ugh.
I was like, don't be a fucking weirdo.
Can we just
So
enjoy the art and not be concerned with the personal life of the person who creates it?
yeah, well, I mean, but I've been very open. I follow a lot, because on Instagram I follow a lot of those cam girls and shit. They're out there twerking and like, hey, buy my premium Snapchat and all this kind of shit. That's there's a lot of them girls just slanging pussy on the gram. That's what they do, and I
You
like that
should
shit.
enjoy that. That's
Yeah,
totally fine.
I I
Absolutely.
I like bitches getting that bag. That's what I like. So one thing is, I got a Pornhub account, but there's so much porn on Twitter that I follow a lot of those. There's a lot of these accounts, and they just retweet porn all day, and they'll have like little 2-minute clips. That's all I need. But I follow, and just depending on what I want, because there was one that looked like normal, and then they started like tweeting out like trans stuff, and then I had to
Oh,
unfollow it. I was like, okay, when I see a chick with a dick, I got to get up out of there.
I don't feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was like, but then you get like some straight lesbian porn, and then you get some anal, or you just get, just straight up like threesomes and all the gang bangs and all the normal shit that you get. And depending on what I'm in the mood for, I'll be like, oh, okay. And I'll just scroll down there and they'll put the little clips up. And
I
I'll
cannot
just,
imagine that poor woman faced with your level of degeneracy.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I realized because it actually did intimidate her
Of
that
course.
the level of experience that I had basis versus the level of experience she had. Because I talked about, because we were talking and I talked about getting my dick sucked, and she looked at me like, I've I've never done that,
Oh.
and
Oh.
I was like, it's 2018 and you still got a bitch that don't suck dick. I didn't know they made bitches like that no
She's
more.
clean. She's pure.
Fuck that, man.
That's the.
There's a lot of boring people having boring sex out there. I'm like, yeah, just keep it straight missionary and don't do anything and none of that. Fuck that,
Well,
man.
she
That's
was
not.
yours to ruin, but you had to be patient. You
No,
can't.
fuck that.
Oh,
I want to be like, that's why I always laugh. We were talking about South Park and when they had Cartman's girlfriend and how he just eventually just destroyed that girl and she started becoming. That's me.
yes, that's
That's
you.
me. I would because I had one girl. She used to go to church every week, and then she started dating me, and she felt like I pulled her out of the church. She was like, I used to go to church
You
every
did.
single week, and I was like, bitch, I never told you not to go to church because it
No, but you
bothered
guys would
her.
stay up all night Saturday night, and
Yeah,
everybody would sleep in on Sunday, right?
right. Well, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
and she said, does it bother you if I go to church? And I said, no, bitch, I ain't going. And she was like, so okay. And I was like, if you want to go to church, bitch, go. Take your kids, go. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you go to church. I respect your beliefs, respect mine. And then and she
Your
was like,
belief in sleeping in.
yeah, that's what it is. Because I'm gonna get the fuck up. It's Sunday. I'm gonna get the fuck up, and then I'm gonna watch the fucking Titans. That's what I'm
Oh,
gonna do. I'm gonna watch the game. Yeah, I
in
love
the
foot.
nude.
No, no, I had kids walking around.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna be naked in front of children. That's
No,
not.
but
I'm
you'll
not that.
watch your football naked.
Now, Now the problem is now this became a problem though because I'd be like I wouldn't be naked guy I'd be fat guy walking around in his boxers and
I'm gonna die.
so that would not be perfect when Dawn
No.
and I were living together. I'm because like I said, I can't be nude because we've got young children walking around. It was like a 7-year-old in the house, so I can't be naked. But I'm walking around in my boxers with the young, and then she came and talked to me because I didn't, I was in the kitchen like getting myself something to drink and getting a sandwich, and fucking daughter comes over with her fucking friends, and she's like, Antonio was in there in his boxers, and I was like, yeah, bitch, I was in the fucking,
Traumatized.
I was like, and then yeah, so she comes in and she said, I need to talk to you, and I go, and I go,
I'm
I go,
gonna
what's
die.
up? And she's like, Melissa said that her and her friend went in the kitchen and you were in there in your boxers. And I said, yeah, I was giving me something to eat.
Oh my god.
And she's like, well,
It's not appropriate.
she was like, baby, could you make sure if you're going to be walking around the house that you have your clothes on and stuff?
So she's all gentle and polite with you.
She's trying. Oh my god, she's having it. This shit was annoying. I was like, hold up. I paid a motherfucking rent in this house, and I was like, I was in there getting a sandwich, and then she walked in there with her friend,
Yeah, but
and then she went to her mom and it's like, Antonio totally embarrassed me with his fucking drawers and shit. Yeah,
I
he
would have
fucking.
hit you with your clothing until you put it on.
Oh my god, but I didn't know the bitch was coming over to the house, and I didn't know that her friend was coming. She just, that's the thing when you got young people living with you.
Yeah, that's
That was something I had to adjust to when my fiance and her kids moved in because I was like, I was like, I'm used to living by myself and doing my thing, you know, and all of a sudden you got these fucking kids in here and they're bringing, you know, all of a sudden I got fucking 7, 8 year olds running around the goddamn house and there's more than one. There's like four.
Oh.
Oh my God. And then, oh, now this pissed me off. So she would go and get like fucking little Debbie's and shit like that. And I'd be like, you know, and I had to go to work and shit. So I was like, oh, good. She got some fucking snacky cakes. So I'll get some when I come home. And I come home, you know, I've been working all day and shit. And then I just want me a fucking cream pie. Somebody just want me an oatmeal cream pie. And the fucking neighborhood kids have eaten all the damn snacks.
That's who they're for.
Fuck that.
You're not allowed to eat that anyway.
That shit pissed me off. I said, where the oatmeal pies?
Oh my God.
She's like, oh, I think Michael and his friends ate all of them. I said, all of them? You had like 2 boxes of them. Because she bought like 2 boxes of the fucking oatmeal cream pies.
Oh no. Oh my God.
And all of a sudden, I can't find a fucking cream pie in my own goddamn house.
Everything is wrong here.
That
Everything.
shit, oh my God. That shit pissed me off. I was like, because at one point I was working 2 jobs.
Oh,
So
that's awful.
I'm working 2 fucking jobs. And she was barely working, 30 hours a week because she didn't want to work too much because she had the EBT and shit and they cut
Right.
her food stamps off and shit. So she can't work too much. So I'm working 2 fucking jobs. And I was like, bitch, if I want a honey bun or oatmeal cream pie, that fucking shit. I was like, if you need to take a couple of them out and slide them off to the side so I can get that shit, make sure
No,
that shit is there because that
you're
was
not
driving me
allowed.
nuts. Because, I mean, yeah, and then she get the popsicles. Oh, no. She get like my favorite popsicles and shit. And I was like, okay, I got to go to work. When I come home, I'll grab one. And I come home and the fucking popsicles would all be gone. And I'd be like, so these motherfucking kids ate all. Yeah, Michael had his friends over and everything. I was like, I said, okay. I said, well, here's what I keep saying. I said, they're always over here.
Right.
The kids are always over here. If it was even and they were going over to the other kids' houses and eating up their shit and stuff, then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's what it is. You know, you got all these different neighborhood kids because we have 4 or 5 kids over there. And she was like, I just can't explain it. I feel like, you know, my home has always been the neighborhood home. You know, like all the kids, you know, all the kids would come over and you know, that's just way my house has always been. You know, it's always been open, and you know, we just let all the kids in the neighborhood come over. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's fine, but we don't have the money because she was feeding, you know, like normally when she make dinner, I get my plate and then she pulls some more off to the side because she know I'm gonna want some more to eat. Right?
Right.
Okay, so I get my plate and then a little bit of leftovers so I can get my second helping, right?
Oh,
So she bring these motherfuckers to the house and they started timing it because she could cook her ass off, right? So they
right.
know that they know my chick is cooking the dinner, and they funky ass parents ain't cooking for them. So she would cook, and all of a sudden my motherfucking ass just got like 1 pork chop and shit. And I go, where the fuck is the rest of the food? You bought a big old packet of. And she was like, oh well, you know, Michael had his friends over, and I didn't want him to eat in front of him and all that. And I go, so we ain't got no more. We ain't got no more pork chops and shit. All that food you just bought. And I mean, no, I'm looking at the receipts every week on how much this fucking food is costing. And you can't spend a couple $100 a week on food and then have other people that aren't in the house eat the shit and then go out and buy more food. And I'm working my ass off and I'm not even getting to enjoy the shit. And I said, hey, that's not cool. Cause I said, we just can't afford it. I was like, with all the money that is being spent on this shit, and then we're feeding these kids. And I was like, if they was feeding Michael and Melissa sometimes, then I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But they not. They fucking kids. My uncle used to he's called little stray dogs that would come. You know, I had a habit of finding little stray dogs in the neighborhood and feeding them and stuff. And I would start thinking that they're my dogs, and my uncle go, "That's a traveler dog," and I go, "What's a traveler dog?" And my uncle say, "It's a traveler dog. He gonna travel to wherever the food is." So you know he's as loyal as his next meal. Once you stop feeding his ass, he gonna go somewhere else. And that's how them kids was. They knew that they parents was they were all because I mean we weren't rich. We were living in a poor neighborhood. So with me working the two jobs, because I was trying to get us up out of there because we kept talking about maybe wanting to, actually get into a house. We didn't want to live in an apartment. We actually wanted to try to live in a house. And you know, maybe she kept talking about maybe wanting to live out in the country. They had some cheaper country houses like you could rent out in the country. And but we had to get some money down and shit. So I was trying to work towards that. And the whole thing would be, it just wasn't happening where we were. It was like I would say it's like crabs in a barrel because they see us trying to get out and they reach and pull us back down. And it was just you wasn't gonna be able to get out of that situation. And that's why I told her, because I was like, when I found your ass, you was living in the fucking ghetto and shit. You was in the fucking projects and shit. And I knew I had to get y'all up out of that situation because y'all was in a bad ass neighborhood. I mean, they were in a horrible, horrible neighborhood. And I had to get her the fuck out of there with them kids because I was like, we were laying in bed, motherfuckers shooting.
Huh?
We was yeah, I was laying in bed, pow 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 pow. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, and I worked my ass off because we got some really nice apartments. They were about $900 a month to rent,
Oh,
and a little townhouse situation. I mean, and that was like the nicest place I ever lived, man. Because like two swimming pools. They give you the keys to the private workout room and shit. It was like real nice of it. Had a lot of like police officers and like EMTs and shit that worked. There was like people with respectable jobs, but
right.
it wasn't cheap to live there, and I had to work my ass off. And so when I brought those kids there, they had never lived anywhere nice like that. They were living in fucking trailers and shit. They were living in trailers and fucking ghetto and shit. And so all of a sudden, I got them in this nice little townhouse. She's like, "Oh my god, this is so beautiful!" And I was like,
Oh.
I remember the first night I was in there. We had like a walk-in closet. I'd never had a walk-in closet, and I took her in the closet and I put her on the ground and I fucked her right there in the closet. I was like, "Oh yeah, true story, man." I
It's
was
the
like,
appropriate use of that.
yeah, I
So,
fucked her right there in the walk-in closet, and then we walked into the kids' rooms, and I fucked her in both of the kids' rooms too. We fucked in every room. That was the thing. Yeah, it was like before, yeah, because her kids were with her mom, and so I was like, we gonna fuck in every single room. So I fucked her in every single room in the house and shit. It was just like we just christened the house. It was 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, and it was beautiful, man. You just fucked her all. It was like, I mean, we fucked in every single room. It was beautiful. But I remember walking in that closet, and it was just, yeah. I remember fucking her in the walk-in closet right there, man. It was crazy.
what
Yeah.
happened?
We just, I think, and I look back on it now. I just think I happened. I just think,
Right? Hurricane Antonio.
well, I mean, I just, I look back on that shit now. Cause me and her weren't friends, and then it took a while before, and then we broke up, and a couple years after we broke up, we managed to reach out to each other and become friends again. She had moved on, I had moved on, and there wasn't any anger anymore. But I look back on that shit now, and when we've talked about it, I realized I wanted her, I didn't want the kids.
Yeah, that's a lot to put on a bachelor. Like
Yeah,
all of a
because she
sudden.
yeah, she had, not only did I have to deal with her, I had to deal with both her baby fathers.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah, she had two different fathers. And you know, her son's father was a black guy, and her mom and her daughter's father was a white guy. And both of them were deadbeat dads and not paying their fucking child support. She was having to go
Ugh.
to court for both. It was just a horrible situation. So that's what I'm saying. They were living in trailers and shit. They weren't used to, and she's used to living outside of her means.
Yeah,
So,
that's the worst.
well, yeah, she I don't know if you have Title Max where you're at.
I've never heard of it.
Okay. There's a place called Title Max, and they fucking do these car loan things where it's like they'll take your fucking car title, and you can like say, "Oh, I need to borrow like $3,000," and it's a high interest loan. And so she had her car paid off, right? Because her
Oh
father,
no.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, you see where I'm going, right?
Oh
Okay,
no.
so her her father had he suffered from schizophrenia, and he was on some weird medication. So she was taking care of him. He was kind of hateful and shit at the end when he died, and I think he just realized he didn't want to be there anymore, and he went into his pickup truck and took a little pistol and he blew his brains out, and it was he fucking killed himself. And because he had mental illness, the insurance still paid everything. And so
Right.
her and her sister, they got like about $150,000 between the two of them.
That's a house and a car. It's everything you need if you don't fuck around and you're not stupid.
Yeah, but she don't have two nickels to rub together now. And I'm like, that's like cocaine weekend, because they tried to be responsible with the money, but you gave a couple hillbillies that did not have any financial training 150 grand between the two of them, and they pissed it all off.
Oh my god.
So
Oh, JD Byrider. I know from that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's.
JD by Ryder. They had it
Oh,
down here.
can you imagine?
Um, but Title Max, they'd be like, get your title back with Title Max. And that would be the commercials that they had here. But she was always like, when Christmas time would come, she was like, I don't have much, but I want to give my kids a good Christmas. And I was like, we were fucking broke when I was a kid. And my mom was like, look, I know y'all want these new Nintendos and PlayStations and all that kind of stuff, but we just don't have that kind of money. So, I got a roof over your head. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get you some new clothes,
You're welcome.
and that's what it is, and so I was always embarrassed when I had to go to school after the holidays, because
Yeah.
everybody would have brand new shoes. They have that new bubble goose coat, starter jackets, and all this fly ass shit, new Jordans. And it was like, and then I'd have there's a brand of shoe called Cougar, and you're like, yeah, I would. They call them buddies and shit. So it's like we would just have the worst. We just were broke. And that's just what it was.
Yep.
And Dawn was like that. She was used to, she took that money and she had bought herself a Dodge. What was it? A Dodge Intrepid. And
Is that a good car or like what?
I mean, it was decent. I mean, I thought it was a nice car. I
Is
mean,
it flashy or is it economical?
I was shit 4 door. Shit, it was nice. I mean, it had power seats and all that, and the heated, all that. I mean, it was all tricked out. I mean, it was like
Right.
it cost her about 40 something thousand. And I mean,
Fuck
it was,
me.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was fully paid off though. That's the thing. She had a nice car. It was paid off, and so I'm sitting there going, okay, you got your Dodge Intrepid and it's paid off. You really screwed up by letting these motherfuckers have your title against $3,000. And she borrowed $3,000 so that she could buy her kids, all kind of weird shit for Christmas instead of just being like, look, I just don't have that kind of money. And
Stupid.
yeah, so me and her would get into fights about that kind of shit because she's like, you're not gonna tell me how to spend on my kids. And I was like, I'm trying to help you.
You're supposed to be a team.
Yeah, because I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, look, if we're together, then we need to be a little bit more financially responsible.
Yeah.
And I had to take over the finances when I decided I was going to move in with her and we were going to have a place together. And it was, I had to, it was to the point where when because she couldn't, her finances was so fucked up, she couldn't even get a bank account anymore.
Oh my God.
Because they she, file all these fucking bankruptcies and doing all this, just fucked her shit up. And so when she got paid, I had to take the check. And I would take the check. No, I took the check and then I would have to give her an allowance.
Which
Cause
ran out in how many days?
well, sometimes she would fuck it up and
Yeah.
overspend.
Coming
And then
right
I'd
back
have
to
to
you.
come. Yeah. But I'd have to let her know because she had her EBT card plus the money I would give her from her check. But the rest of it, I would put it towards paying the bills.
Yeah.
And when we moved in together, she owed about $3,000 or $4,000, and they had her her note and all that kind of stuff. I worked my ass off. I worked overtime. I did all kind of shit, and I got her out of all that debt. And then that
Fuck
shit
that.
was and it
Fuck
was
that.
no, and that's the thing. When I got her out of all that shit because we paid all the title match shit off, and I made sure she went down there immediately, paid the entire balance off, because we saved up for this one big payment.
You're a babysitter.
And then she brought the fucking title home. And
Was
then
she gorgeous?
oh yeah, she was a cutie. Yeah.
Did she have was she super sexual and did everything you wanted? And...
She did everything.
All
There
right.
was nothing off limits with her. I mean, I put
All
it in
right.
all three holes on her ass.
Because otherwise, my
I gotta
God,
be honest, yeah. I was like, oh
you can't
my
put up with
God.
that shit. That's insane.
I mean, she did, and she never told. Even when she was pissed at me, she fucked me. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about I did shit that pissed her off, and she felt like you're an asshole, but you kept a roof over my kid's head and stuff, so I'm gonna
Yep.
fuck you anyway. And so, I mean, and she was telling me that, and she was like, I was like, so I know you was mad at me. Why didn't you just say no when I tried to make my move? She was like, yeah, you were being an asshole, but you take good care of my kids.
That's okay.
And so I was like, and then I apologized to her because I was like, once she sucked my dick, I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, blowjobs always make me happy.
Resolve your anger.
And
Oh.
and that is that's what it is, man. Like Perth counties, there are more than three. I don't know any about more than three holes. That's some extra shit because I just know I know three holes, and I am familiar with all three. You
Yuck.
know, I'm not trying to put it in her ear or fucking eye. They got weird fetish. No, I'm not joking. What was it? I saw what the guy had. Chick had a fucking prosthetic eye, and the dude had fucking he paid her. She was like a prostitute, and the dude paid her to put his cock in her eye socket and shit. I was like, what? Where are you finding these people? Oh no, yeah. No Perth comics. I am not forgetting the belly button. There are no vaginal fluids and nothing. I was like, I don't know. It just if if she got a belly button, then that just, never mind. I don't even want to.
Please, my God, that's the
Yeah,
opposite of sexy party.
yeah. This is yeah. You killing the mood, brother. It's not working for me. Um, yeah,
I'm
ears,
fine.
belly button, yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm going from the rooter to the tutor, man. And
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, she did everything, man.
All
And
right.
and oh my God. I mean, she turned me out. Real talk, man.
See, now I want to talk to him about that because I knew about and have witnessed a woman with a tracheotomy,
Oh,
right? Having sexual relations with her husband via the trach hole,
how do you
which
get out of that?
is extraordinarily messy with the fluids of the throat. Oh.
Oh man, no, I tell you, cause she would always like no, and I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. She loves sucking dick. That was one of her best, and I'm telling you, she already because I mean, she was a little chubby, but she had a beautiful. I'm talking about man. Even people that they was like, yeah, she a big girl, but she's beautiful. In fact, I mean, there was so many, and people was like, man, that's your chick, and I was like, yeah, because she was cute, man. She had a really really cute face and loyal, man. She never cheated on me.
Oh.
Um, just but like I said, I'm me, and I think and some of it as I've gotten older and I started realizing about being depressed and shit like that. And she was somebody that's bipolar. And she certainly because she had the mood swings too, and they had put her on. They had put her on this medication because there was always a thing with her. And I'm telling you, when I'm telling you she loved, I never, I've met a few girls here and there that like that oral game. I ain't never met a woman that likes to suck dick as much as my ex. I mean, she loved it, man. And I was like, oh, and my favorite thing is she would suck it after it had been inside her and stuff. Cause she said she turned me on. She told me, she said, I like the way I taste.
Oh.
She liked to suck her juices off of it and stuff. And I
Oh
was
my
just like,
goodness.
oh, and I was like, that shit threw me off, man. I was like, oh wow. And I remember we had we had hooked up and man, I mean, we had fucked like all night. It was crazy. Like we fucked, catch our breath, go right back. I mean, it was like you thought we was trying to make a baby or some shit, but she told me, she said, hey, she said, she let me know. And that's one thing I noticed as I started getting older and started meeting like older women that they wouldn't playing those games that some of these young chicks do. She was just telling me straight up. She's like, "Hey, I'll come and stay the weekend for you," and right up from the rip that you about to have sex. And she was like, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Hey, let me go get some condoms and all that kind of shit." And she was like, she said, "Hey, she said I've got my tubes tied. You can blow it in me if you want." And I was like, "Okay." Um, she let me know right up the rip. And she came over, and I mean, I felt like my ball. She just my shit was. Oh man, it was. That's what it was. I'm just being real because we attacked each other, and I was just like, man, and I slept, and I mean, we were just laying there, and we just were holding each other, and just it was nice, man. And I was knocked out, and then I woke up, and I had a nice sensation, and I looked down, and she was sucking my dick. I was asleep. And she was sucking my dick. Now that's a good way to wake up right there. She was just sucking my dick right there, man.
She
And I
sounds
was,
like yeah, she sounds great.
oh, she was awesome. I fucked that up. Like I said, I fucked it up. I could have,
Oh,
again,
well,
I
those
wanted,
kids,
yeah,
that's
yeah, that was the thing.
ugh.
Cause my friend Angie, she was like, yeah, you weren't ready for the ready-made family. If
Oh,
you two had been single together and it could have naturally grew into something, and it was just like, oh God, man, it's but I mean, yeah, I was asleep. But when in the early stages of us dating, when she would, get her mom to watch the kids and come stay with me for the weekend, that was beautiful, man. That was good.
okay.
And because that was one thing when we actually, she was like, you know what, um, you know, then after we had been together for a little while, she's like, okay, I think, my kids want to meet you. And I said, okay. And so we meet the kids and, set up a dinner and we all go out and everything. And then that's when I started realizing that things were going to be different because all of a sudden, I'm going out with her and it's already $25-$30 just to feed the two of us.
Oh God.
And that's just for the food. And then we're going to a movie and all that kind of shit. Now we're doing the same shit. And I got two kids and her and me. So that 25, 30. Because because she like going to Old Charlie's a lot. So we go to Old Charlie's, and I know if you're not in the South, you don't know what Old Charlie's is.
No.
But yeah, Old Charlie's, yeah, they have some damn good food, man. And she was addicted to that shit. And we roll up at Old Charlie's, and they had this kind of like potato soup that she loved, and they had these like little dumplings that they would put. I mean, this shit, she would fuck that shit up. She got the same shit every time. I was like, damn, bitch, every time we come here, you get the same fucking. She was like, I love this soup. I
If you
love it.
love it that much, you have to learn how to make it at home.
And yeah, she'd be excited when we go to Old Charlie because they put like the little fresh bacon bits on. I mean, real bacon bits, not no processed shit. It was like real, like crumbled up bacon and shit. There's like some kind of potato soup with. I was like, man, she would fuck the things up, and so I tried it, and I was like, yeah, it's good, but it don't do it like that for me. And man, we go up there, and all of a sudden, I'm having to feed all of us.
Right.
And now this was the funny thing because I think she just did this to test me. Like we went and the check came and she's like no, she said I'll pay for my kids and she offered to pick up the check for her children
No.
and
Ugh.
yeah, so I was like what kind of lame fuck boy would let
Right.
you, you know what I'm saying? I was like, but you know what? The way she talked to me, she'd actually been with some guys that had done that shit and made her pay for her kids. And I was like, oh my God.
That's gross.
That's yeah, I was like, nah. I said, no, I got the whole check. She's like,
Oh,
baby, I know this is because I mean, we looking at a damn meal and it was like 80 something dollars and shit. And I had to pay,
Jesus.
yeah, and I had to pay for all that shit and pay for the movie. So
Mm.
I'm paying, yeah, and tip these motherfuckers and shit. So I was like, I was out like $100 something and stuff. And I was like, oh shit. And when she got and her son, he kind of had like ADHD or some shit, and he couldn't. And so I'm sitting there going, she said, we can try going to the movies, but sometimes Michael don't like to sit still. And it was crazy. So we sat down and the motherfucker just jumping up and getting, he couldn't. And I was like,
Oh my God.
ooh, it was driving me out of my fucking mind. And it was I was like,
So
what
not
the
even like
fuck?
regular kids, not like smart kids, but like disabled kid. That is just it's too much
Yeah,
to ask.
he had a we didn't know until later on. Because like I said, I was with her for like 4 years. And he had when he got tested in school and she had to go and talk to the teacher and found out he had like some kind of learning disability.
Like autism or something.
That I just say a learning disability. I don't think he had, like I said, because he had the ADHD. He had some kind of learning disability because they held him back. They ended up holding him back 1 year in school because he just
Mm.
wasn't developing the
Right.
way the other kids were. And I'd see her and she would sit with him She would sit with him, go over his lesson and all that, try to teach him, do the homework with him. She would do that shit every night, man. That motherfucker just something wasn't working.
Can't get it through. Yeah,
Yeah.
same with my brother with the autism. Just
And,
can't process it.
and, and like I said, he was just real hyper with the energy. He just
Oh,
couldn't. And so I was like, and then, as we started going, she's like, you used to take me out all the time. I was like, yeah, bitch, because it was me and you. And
well, I was
now,
thinking like $100 is less than the price of a good whore for one night.
oh,
So it's not that bad but you can't obviously you can't do it over and over.
but see, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I can't afford, we have to actually plan
It's
that
a
shit
special
now.
occasion, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, it's like, but she was like, we need to take the kids out and stuff. And I was like, all right. So, um, friend of mine came in. He had these fucking coupons. They had like a $5 pizza night. It's one of these places. I don't know if you got like CC's Pizza where you're at.
I don't think so. That sounds like an abomination.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
in
it
New
is.
York.
And CC's, and there's another place called Snappy Tomato.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, yeah. I actually think they went out of They went out of business a few years ago,
Yeah.
but the pizza was shit. But they had $5 pizza. It was like Tuesday. It was a Tuesday night. They had like $5 pizzas, and you could go in and like eat all you wanted or whatever for like so $5 a head, and you had to just pay for your drinks and shit. And that shit was crazy. So we went it. I was like, all right, let's try this, and it was cheap enough where we could get it. And then she was like, I was like, so do you want to go to the movie? She's like, we should go to like Blockbuster, because yeah, this is when you can still rent movies and shit.
Right.
And she said, let's just go and get some movies, because I know if we go to the movie theater again, Michael's gonna be just running around acting like a fucking madman in the theater and stuff, and just annoying. Yeah, we ended up having to leave a movie. We had to
Oh
leave a
yeah.
movie. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was hot because I was like, I really wanted to see the movie. I was like, I shouldn't have went to a movie that I actually wanted to see.
No.
And because she did warn me, it's my fault. I thought he would just behave. And she did warn. I was like, fucking 7-year-old running around going ape shit in there.
Oh my God.
And it was just too much. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is too much. I was like, they're going crazy. So but this again, this is what I wanted. I wanted to I wanted to be with her, and we were going to get married, and the whole thing. I mean, the whole thing was just we had started looking at like actually trying to buy a house. It just her credit was shot to shit, even though I helped her pay all that debt off, because she had paid all her debt off. But we just we paid everything, but we were not financially secure.
No.
Because I listened to I would listen to like a lot of Dave Ramsey and shit like that. So I would listen
Who's
to
that?
Dave. You never heard of Dave Ramsey?
No.
The financial guru guy. He's been on like Fox Business and shit like that.
Yeah. I don't have television, honey.
I mean, he's on the radio though. That's why I was like, he's on the radio and like YouTube and shit. But
yeah,
he like New York Times best-selling books, a lot of books about like financial responsibility and shit like that. But he actually lives here in Tennessee. He lives in Franklin.
Oh.
And but he's syndicated in like 50, 100 markets or whatever the fuck on the radio all over. Dave Ramsey, it's like fucking, and he was like, hey, cut your credit cards up, folks. I'd be listening to him talk all that shit, and I was like trying to be responsible. I'm like, I'm not trying to, live in the fucking ghetto and fucking or live in a trailer or any of that kind of stuff. Because she just she's not the type of chick. That's why even now on Facebook, she's always, she'll have a job for a year or two, and then don't everything gets to a place and then she can't be there anymore. And then so all of a sudden, like when she left me, her daughter and her sister all got jobs as managers at Taco Bell. And
wow.
That was it. They was like, yeah, we're managers. And I was like, so y'all all just work at Taco Bell now. That's what y'all do. Just fucking
Hey,
manager. I was like, but you're managers though.
right.
And she didn't make very much money. And
No,
I was just like, I mean, how much money do you think you make as a manager at Taco Bell?
I have no fucking idea. I've honestly never had a boss or a job.
Ah,
So
so,
I I've guessed let me guess. 45,000 a year.
oh Lord. Now, that is possible on some
Is that
because
am I wrong? Like too low or too high?
yeah, that's a little too high. Um,
Really?
I mean, she be making like about maybe 35
As
and
the manager,
and
not the assistant, not the.
no. Okay. Yeah, let me correct that. Yeah, I'm not saying no, not as a GM, as just like an assistant manager. Yeah, she's making like 35. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, she's making like $12 an hour. And it was yeah, she's making like 12.75 an hour. Because I was sitting there going, and I was like, they paying you 12. I was like, bitch, I make more than that. The fuck are you talking about? Because I was making like 15. And I was like, I was making $15 an hour. And I was like, oh, I was like, damn, you making 12.75, and you got kids.
Mm.
And then her daughter got pregnant, and because that's the whole thing. Because that's one thing I started noticing, boy. Her daughter started developing. Her daughter already had a really cute face and stuff. I mean, like I said, she was like her mom. She developed, and I mean, she was living with me. And when I first met her, she was like 13, and I remember one of my coworkers, some young kid I worked with, walked in. I walked in with her and her son and her daughter, and he saw me. He was like, "Man, the other day when I ran into you at the store, you had that really hot chick. She has." He said, "Man, that little girl. She is." He's like, "Who's that girl? Man, she has some big ass titties." And I was wanting to beat his fucking ass. I was like,
Oh.
"Dude." I was like, "Dude, she's 16. What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "That girl was 16."
Oh fuck.
I was like,
Right?
"Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." But the thing is, she thought he was cute too.
Oh.
She's like, "Hey," she's like, "Antonio, your friend's really cute." And I was like, "Oh boy."
Here
And
we
I was like,
go.
he was like 24. He was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I was like 37. And he was
Oh.
like 24, and he saw the little 16. He was like, "Man, she has some big ass titties, boy." And I was like, "Yo,
Mm.
this shit was crazy." And I'm not gonna lie, I had eyes. She definitely had started to develop, and I had to go and help her mom. Her mom needed to go get her some. Her bra wasn't working anymore. She needed to get a bigger bra, and I had to go and pick bras out with her mom. And I did not realize how big, because I'd started noticing sometimes she would wear those shirts, and oh my God, I was like, oh my God, this is it. And I
I
was
feel
like,
like this is the plot to a lot of porn.
oh, it was no, it was no, I was like, no, it was never like that. But I'm just saying, I had eyes.
Right.
She was cute, and she had some big ass titties. And I was like, wow. And
But you felt more protective
yeah, because
as
I
opposed to,
was
you
I
know.
was madly in love with her mother. You don't understand. I was madly in love with her mother. To this day, I still care about her a lot. It's just that's why I'm saying I'm glad that if I send her a message now that we can at least be friends and
Is
stuff.
she married?
She she's been engaged for like 6 years, and what was it? It was about a year and something ago. She called me, and I said, "So why don't you pull the trigger and go ahead and marry the dude?" Because he keeps asking. He was like, "When are we going to go ahead and get married and make it official?" And as she started talking to me, it sounded like that she cares about, because she really didn't want to date him at first after we broke up, but she needed someone.
Right.
Me and her broke up, and she dated this other guy, and this guy beat the shit out of her. This guy, and
What?
I'm not even joking. The dude beat the living shit out of her.
Did you beat the
And
living shit out of him?
we weren't together anymore. It wasn't my thing. I felt, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like that. And but I was not happy. She filed police charges against the dude,
Okay.
and no, he walked. He walked on everything.
God damn it.
Well, when he went to court, now I will say this: my ex could kind of be a little manipulative about how she did things, and so when they went to court, he kind of painted the fact that she was kind of playing games, and then she just told him that everything was because they were all working together at this supermarket, and so she was like, "I don't want to date you anymore," and started dating some other guy that was working there too,
Okay.
and so they felt like she was
That
kind
makes
of
it okay to beat the shit out of her.
yeah, well, yeah, it was kind of a weird, fucked up situation.
Welcome to the South.
Yeah, they were all work. Yeah, they were all in the. And I thought it was clear because when he got bonded, when they put him in jail, he had like a $50,000 bond on him and stuff. And he got bonded out, and I thought for sure I was like, oh, they're going to. And he had started paying on a truck for her and stuff. She had talked him into co-signing some kind of truck for her, and making car payments for her and shit. And so then they broke up, and like I said, the truck had a name on paperwork, and she really fucked herself up with that. And then he beat her ass, and the police took all these photos and everything of her. They had all this documented evidence of the beating that she had taken, and they went to court, and they let him walk on all that shit.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, he got off on it because his lawyer was able to paint her as someone that was manipulative and play, and like I said, even when she started explaining some of the stuff that happened, I was telling her because I knew some of the shit that had happened when we were together, and I knew the type of shit she do.
But you
But
didn't ever kick her ass over it.
I never laid a hand on her.
So you can see that no matter what she did, there was no fucking reason unless she was, attacking him physically.
No,
It's just there was no
no, but see,
reason.
that's the thing. She seemed to. There were a few times when we were together, it seemed like she was trying to provoke me into hitting her. And because she had came from those type of relationships where she's
Right.
used to fighting with guys. And I tried, I sit her down. I told her, I was like, I don't understand what goes on in your head and stuff. She's like, I can't explain it. Sometimes I just get crazy. And she's like, I want you to get crazy with me and all this kind of shit. And I was like, I just want to love on you. If I got a hit on you, then we don't need to be together.
That is where the really good pussy is, though.
Oh yeah,
Those
she was.
loony bitches.
No, and I remember I got mad at her, and she said, she was like, she's like, I can't believe this shit. She's like, I'm sitting here and this guy gets to beat the shit out of me, and he got away with it and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and she's sitting there, and I was bad. I was sad that she got beat, but she wasn't taking any personal responsibility, and so I had to let her know. I said, you got beat because you're batshit crazy. And I told her, I was like, yeah, that's
You
why you
shouldn't
got
have
beat.
said that.
I told her straight up because I was like, I know the shit that she did when we were together.
I
I know how fucking
understand.
insane she was.
Well,
And I was like,
but men look for that girl. Men want that crazy girl.
mm. But that's the thing. And the dude she's with now, he's kind of weak like that. He's weak. And she needed a safe guy. And he kept asking her. Matter of fact, we were kind of when we broke up for the last time, we broke up and she went out on a date with him and she called me while she was on the date with the dude. She was texting me and shit while she was on the date with the guy that she's engaged to now.
But she's trying to get your attention.
Yeah, she's letting me know she's with this motherfucker and stuff. And I
And
was
your
like,
reaction was supposed to be like, God damn it. Get the
oh,
fuck back here.
it pissed me off, but at the same point in time, she's telling me that he's just a friend and he wants to be more than a friend, and she doesn't like him like he likes her and all that kind of stuff. And then I mean, and then she texts me again, and she called me when the date ended. You know, and he kissed her on the cheek. He wanted to kiss her on the lips, but she kissed him on the cheek and all this kind of shit. And I was like, oh damn, he got friend zone. And you know, the shit was crazy. And then a couple days later, she came over and she fucked me. So I was like, okay, so we was still fucking kind of off and on.
She still
And
wanted to be with you.
yeah, and I should have, yeah, we, you know, and um, I had once she left, it cost so much money to move, and you know, because I had to move it to my
Oh,
new place and all this kind of shit. And she knew she left me. She left me holding the bag on over $3,000 worth of bills,
Jesus Christ.
and you know, it's car note and all this other shit. And I was like, oh God, this is crazy, you know. So, but I still loved her though, you know,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying, like, cause she had these mood swings, and like I said, she had a couple of different ex-boyfriends before me that beat her ass, and she was telling me, she's like, I'm not ever gonna be in another relationship where a guy beats me and stuff. And then I noticed when we were together, she's doing shit to try to make me hit her.
Yeah,
And
that's, you know.
no, it was crazy. So I actually, you know, that's why I'm saying, but then she'd be mean and we'd be at it, and then she'd be all over me and stuff. And that
Yep.
shit turned me on. And I mean, oh my God. I mean, I'd say like top 5 sexual experiences I ever had with her. You know,
Wow,
she
all 5?
at least 2, 3 of them.
God
I
damn.
mean, oh my God, I mean, she was just built the way I wanted. She had these nice, like, crystal blue eyes and just fucking gorgeous. Just, oh my God. And I'm talking about if ever I wanted it, anytime I wanted it. If I let her know, I was like, hey, you know, she in there making some dinner.
Mhm.
I was like, hey, won't you,
Stop everything.
yeah. And she would find that stopping place and come in there and take care of me. And I
Oh,
mean that. I mean, that's on some real shit. I mean that. I mean, that's what it was. And I mean, she told me, she said, I cook, I clean, I fuck you whenever you want. I suck your dick whenever you want. I was like, because I be in there, I was sitting, I remember this was so crazy because she was short. She was only like 4'9", 4'10".
she's a midget.
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh man, I had fun having sex with her though, because I mean, oh, because she didn't care that I had a small penis, because it was like fun size and
Stop
stuff.
it.
So no, I mean seriously, I'm sitting there at my desk on the computer and I'm writing. It was so funny because I actually had started. Now this was at least a decade and something ago, maybe 12 years ago, and I had already, you know, I was trying to still flesh out Brand, and I was on my computer like writing notes for Brand, and she came. She said, move the desk back a little bit. And I go,
Mm.
what are you doing? And I was like, what? And she crawled under the desk, and I was sitting there working. And she pulled my dick out and just started sucking my dick right up under the desk.
I like this girl.
Man, oh, no, I'm serious. I miss her sometimes, but I try not to bother her because I know she's with the dude. And even though she
Right.
called me, like I said, it was like a year and a half ago, she called me and she was telling me, you know, that, you know, she just, you know, she cares about him, and he, you know, he's a good guy and everything, but he don't make her heart flutter. You know what I'm saying? And I know
Mm.
whatever it was with us, we she told me, she was like, oh my God, me and her. I mean, we attacked each other. I'm talking, man, her, but she was so wacky sometimes. I just sat down, but I was like, I really think you should talk to somebody.
How old are her kids now? Like, a lot of
Oh,
time has passed.
oh, yeah, her fucking kids. I know her son's 18, about to be 19.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, so the one thing that was really wrong, that was in the way,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
better now.
Yeah. She's born in 78. So I was like, yeah, fucking kids, it's all grown and all this shit, man. So it was
I would chase this broad to the ends of the fucking earth, I gotta tell you that.
let me see here. I got now this is interesting. Perth Comics, if Brand is based on you, is the dick sucking in the comic.
It should be.
It actually is. It won't be
Oh,
in this book. There will be, but it's not going to be overt. It's just that they're a married couple. There's going to be sexual situations, and that's one of the things I was talking to Kanan about last night. I was like, because Kanan was like, he was like, because we got there's the scene he's working on, and when he should be sending it to me shortly. And when he does, I'll send it to you and let you look at it. But the pimp fame that the character Dawn has ran away with, he helped her escape from the hospital. I mean, not from the hospital, from the bus station. She was up there pickpocketing it at the bus station and shit. And he helped her, evade the police. But the thing was, he's a fucking pimp. So we're going to his pimp place, the pimp cave. We're going, and so I'm telling Kanan, Kanan's like, he's like, damn, he said, I'm drawing the pages now. He said, but you actually have me drawing like chicks. Well, so he's drawing these like scantily clad women. I was like, yeah, he's a fucking pimp. He's got hookers in there. There's tricks in there, women in there turning dates and stuff.
Is he uncomfortable?
Yeah, he don't, Kanan's like uber Christian.
No.
Yeah, he's super Christian.
Oh, that's
He
gonna be
doesn't,
hard.
but he's a professional though. And he knew
Right.
the job, because it's so funny. Because I said, see, that's why I can't ever take you serious. Because I told him, I said, look, I said, you complain about sexual situations, but I told you we've got language, violence. There's gonna be all kind of, there's gonna be nudity and stuff in there. And I was like, now you can tone it down and make it tasteful, but it's got to work for the story.
Well, beheading is fine with them as long
Oh
as
yeah,
there's no titties.
yeah. He drew the one scene where the fucking werewolf got his fucking head chopped off. There's another scene where a
That's
guy gets
fine.
I think I showed you the one where there's this guy and he gets his fucking head blown off and you see the fucking brain
Yep.
splatter everywhere and all this stuff. I was like, yeah. I was like, you drawing all this violence, but sex? Oh my God, a boob. And I
Oh.
was like, yeah. So I said, guess what? Dawn is gonna be like, giving David some head, and David's gonna be going down on Dawn, and they're gonna be in bed together naked. I was like, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be sex in there, and
Are you gonna have a big dick in the comic?
no,
Come on.
I don't
Why
know.
not?
I don't know. He might have a big dick. I don't know.
He should have a big dick.
Uh, I wanted it to be authentic though, because remember, there's two Davids. There's two Davids. There is the fat David, which is based on my physical likeness, and then he turns into the alpha David, which still has my face, but he's got like he's like 6'10" and got the body of a guy, all that kind of shit. So that David would definitely have a big dick because he's like supposed to be the peak of human
Right.
perfection type shit. But like, it would be funny, like he's got a big dick in that form, and then like when he goes back to normal, he's just like normal fat guy with a small penis. So that kind of thing. So it was just that was it. Well, Perth comments, we don't need to see everything, and that's the thing, and it's not going to be overtly sexual, but they're because that's not the point of the story. It's the fact is they're married though. They are going to have sex.
You can be sexual without being gratuitous.
Yeah, and that's exactly and and that's something I taught, because Kanan's like, well, I got my kids running around the house and I don't want to. He's like, I definitely don't think my son should read Brandon. I said, no, he shouldn't. I mean, his son's like 12 years old. He shouldn't
When
be
he's
reading.
older.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, when he's older, he can read. But I mean, yeah, but they're, like David and Dawn are definitely going to be having sex. It's, there's going to be language and shit like that. So it's going to happen. I just, I
Part of
definitely,
life.
yeah. And I was like, but yeah, it's not going to be, you're not going to see, overt, sexual situations and shit like that. That's not what it's going to be though. But it's just going to be like, hey, they're going to be in bed together. It's going to be fun. And then, and then we'll move on to more like action oriented type stuff, that kind of thing. So I just, But I think I mean the pages that Kanan turns in are beautiful. They're gorgeous,
They're
gorgeous pages.
gorgeous.
And obviously you've seen a lot of the book that the normal person has not seen, just because we cool like that. But but yeah, I'm getting stuff colored, and the big thing is to finish the 21 page preview and let everybody check that out, because people are like, I don't want spoilers and all this kind of stuff. The first 21 pages, you don't really get more into the action part of it until you get into the second half of the book. I think the page 21 really kind of leaves us at the breaking point of the book, and then the rest of the book will take us from there. I think it's introducing like Lionel Solomon and members of the Covenant. It's introducing Dawn. It's introducing Edward Lind. It's introducing David. It's introducing Melissa and Penance, and it's all and introducing William and some of those other characters. So that's what we're doing. It's setting certain things up, but those things will get paid off in the second half of the book. So if you don't get the full book, the preview is just going to be like whetting your appetite and making you want to, see what's going to happen next, I think, because it's just setting everything up. So
I can't wait to see.
I'm excited, though. I really think when we get everything together, I think people will enjoy it. And then hopefully, knock on wood. And, I don't know. This shit is, hey. Well, I think the coons are ready to be fed again or whatever.
She's actually making her little peep noises in there. Peep, peep.
Yeah, that's what I was like. But you guys definitely appreciate all of you hanging out with us again for Sexy Party. I always feel so drained after I confess all my sins and everything. It's just, oh man, I'm really exhausted. I'm like, and I've got to
Yeah?
do all this. I've got to do all this work. I've got, there's so much stuff I've got to do. But I am. It's exciting. I have good problems, so everything is fantastic.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, you have no idea how much I love you, do you?
No, I do not.
I am so. You are one of my favorite people, and I love
Oh,
you so much.
you poor thing.
You've been breaking my heart and my balls for several years now. It's like, yeah, you're a ball breaker and someone that I love and cherish so much.
Oh,
But
you're my bunny.
yeah, I got a bunny for you.
Get out of here, you maniac.
It would ruin everything if it was like if I finally see you and I get to ravage you. It would ruin our relationship. I believe that.
It could either go really right or really wrong.
I'm afraid it would be so perfect that I would be, and that I think I would become like a needy bitch. I was like, no, I do. I feel like, no, this is what I believe. I believe I've always gotten this sense about you. I believe that you could fuck me and then you could just walk away like it wasn't no thing.
Yep.
And then I would be all emotionally attached and everything. And I would be like, I would become because it was like with my ex Catherine, I felt like I became the woman. And she even like when I read the note and everything, she when I read the note, she felt like I was the bitch in the relationship. So I'm supposed to be the guy, and that's why I feel like you would do me like that, and I feel like I would become a bitch and everything. I become all effeminate and stuff. I'm afraid of that.
That's an appropriate fear.
That's not
You're
good.
right.
That's good. I have to keep my manhood, dear.
It's true. You need it.
You can't like not have me be a man. But
Somebody said it earlier that you'd be like Samson. We shave off your pubes and you become powerless and
oh no,
meek.
that is true, man. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, And right here on this YouTube channel, everywhere is at Akari Press. And if you type in akaripress.com, it will take you directly to my Indiegogo campaign for my comic book series brand with the phenomenal Kanan White. We're on Teespring, we're on Amazon.com. The links to those are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me and Anna. Say goodbye, Anna.
Goodbye, Anna.
Say that shit every time, Anna.
Bye.
Bye.